I think LeBron James now is like, hey, I'm no longer a villain because you got these three cats all on one team, all hated in their own individual way. One's a snake, one's a traitor, one's lazy, goes to strip club, one doesn't sit. When he's filming a movie, he doesn't even show up for his team's playoff game. Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie together in Brooklyn as the Rockets just made a blockbuster trade, and these three are together and probably the favorite to win the East now if they all play.
They have to win. They have to win the title.
Oh, well, yeah.
They have to. Anything less than a championship with those three players, failure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless one of them gets hurt, but like they all stay healthy. They don't. I mean, they may have to sweep the finals, or it's a failure. It might not be enough just to win.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't lose a playoff game.
What are your thoughts? What was your initial thoughts, C-Rad, when you saw this news?
Well, I don't know if you guys remember, but before the season started, before Clay even got injured, I was there's rumors that obviously Harden wanted to go to Brooklyn, and I was all for that because my thinking was that great, like a ultra super team. We got Clay healthy. I want to face them in the finals, and I want the Warriors to potentially knock them off, right?
Yeah.
I was excited about that. And then Clay got injured, and then, the Harden thing didn't go through in the beginning of the season. And so for me, it's like it was already implanted in my head that this may happen. So I'm not surprised to necessarily, but yeah, it's the expectations for this team's got to be, of course, championships, because you look at those three guys, and when Durant joined us in Golden State, like you could potentially put Harden in place of Curry, right? And then Kyrie, you could even place him maybe even above Clay in terms of like superstar level. So they have to win a championship, bro.
Yeah. Championship or bust. I mean, at least with Kevin Durant, and I'm not on the opinion of being, him being a snake. At least, but you've got to look at what Harden did. He refused to play for the Rockets, a team that's gave him his max, a team that's tried to get other guys around him like Westbrook, that's done everything that this guy wants to do and tries to make a championship team. And he literally just is like, for one, he went to the strip club, when he was supposed to be playing. And for two, he just flat out refuses to play for a team that's just stuck by him. I wasn't a big fan of him, and I think now I'm really not a big fan of him.
Yeah.
And what do you think this does to his cards? I mean, do you think there's people out there? Because I think
he's been undervalued.
But I think he's undervalued because he sucks. He's an a-hole. He doesn't suck. I was trying to find the right verb there, but he's a villain. He's a villain. He's a villain in the same way like a lot of people don't like Bryce Harper because he's a villain.
Kelly Oubre, I'll tell you that.
He's no Kelly Oubre. I don't know. I mean, I think his cards are undervalued because he's just not a loyal, trustworthy type of player. I mean, yes, he's going to make big shots. Yes, he gets to the line. He's a great player. He's a superstar caliber player, but he's just not likable.
But you look at his stat line, like nobody has put up his stats in the last 5 years. Consistent.
Yeah.
He's always at the top of being the leading scorer in the league. Granted, the ball's in his hands a lot. Yeah. And the only concern I have, if I'm a Brooklyn fan, I'm like, is there going to be enough points to go around?
Right.
Yeah. Which was the concern when KD joined the Warriors too.
But Steph and Clay passed.
But Steph and Clay are not. They're not players that have
Clay
the
didn't
mentality
need the ball in his hands.
Where they're not like, I need to get mine.
Yeah.
Like you can do whatever you want, but like I need to get my 25 points.
The whole thing with bringing Durant onto the Warriors in the beginning was Steph, told him straight up, like at their meeting or whatever, it's like, Hampton 5, they were like, I don't need the ball. Like this is, I'll do what I need to make sure.
Yeah, and the other two guys, Kyrie and James Harden, I don't think that's their mindset.
Yeah, we'll see.
But you never know.
And Kyrie's almost in that same category. I feel like his cards are undervalued because the persona that he has.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
He just like won a championship and he wasn't happy on the Cavs because he wasn't the leader. I'll never be the leader. It's like you're playing with LeBron James.
Well, you ain't the leader now,
right? I mean, so I don't understand. And the flat Earth stuff that he's got going on, and I don't know. It's like the 12-13 rookie class is amazing, and he highlighted it, but it just feels like I don't know. People don't. You go on Threads and you don't see like check out my Kyrie Irving rookie collection. Granted, he was part of the inaugural year of Prism, and that's an iconic card, him and Davis's first Prism. But KD is probably the most collectible out of the three. I mean, a lot of people are stocking on KD because I think people feel that the benefit of this team is going to be KD's cards. But now throwing in that Harden piece, I don't know. Harden's the same year as Steph, right? On the rookie card, it's the same.
10-11.
Is it the 10-11 class? Or no, it's the year before, isn't it?
I thought Harden's the year after, actually. Or maybe they're the same.
Because he still he has an exquisite, doesn't he? Doesn't Harden have? Or I'm thinking of Westbrook.
I thought his chrome
it's
on
a face
OKC.
shot too.
It's a face shot. It's very similar to Steph's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see what that looks like. James Harden. Yeah, because there was something weird with the license that year. Obviously, the Stephs have jumped up, but Harden for some reason just still That's
that's just a $53,000 card.
Yeah, that's what
Scrub.
That's what they're asking.
59, 55.
And he sold.
PSA 8 rookie card, Chrome, $1,000. PSA 10,
refractor,
4,000. So yeah, I mean, I guess they're not low by any stretch of the imagination. So PSA 9 Chrome. I mean, they're not Steph prices, but they're up there. It's an ugly card, to be honest. I have a Steph now, but I
don't really like it.
I just because I think there was something going on where they couldn't get rookie photo shoot stuff because they were losing the license and they were in the midst of all that. Mm-hmm. So they had to use
the face shots,
and they could still use the logo, but I guess they didn't have the rights to some of the pictures. It was a weird story that they had. So a couple guys in the chat, Brooklyn D-Bags, Kelp says. Ed says, good riddance, JH Prima Donna.
You know what's going to undo this team? It is not the fact that they should win a championship, but they're ultra talented players. It's their personalities that can undo that team. It's Kyrie's missing from the team. Like nobody can even find him. Not even his head
what's
coach.
the story on that?
I don't know. Nobody knows what's going on with him. And then on top of that, Katie and James, they've been friends since OKC, so hopefully they could put it together. I think those two are good enough to win a championship. Just those two. If Kyrie obviously can put it together and stay in there with them, they'll make them even stronger. But yeah, the personalities is what is gonna undo this team.
Is it bad to label you guys agree with me by saying that these guys are like individual clout chasers as opposed to like team clout chasers, like they're happier as a team. It's almost like they need to have 30-30-30 every game, right? Because like I can't have 10 even if we win. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I mean that's what I was saying before. Like, is there going to be enough points to go around? And how do you think the rest of the players on the team feel right now? They're like, are we even a part of this team?
And they got rid of a couple of really key young guys. I think Jared Allen was their best big.
He was
by far.
Well.
Jordan is still a serviceable center.
There's somebody at the door, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't know if
Jordan's still a serviceable center, but he's past his prime. Jared Allen was the guy who was really doing a lot of the dirty work for them, down low. So losing him was pretty big, I think. Karis LeVert, obviously a talented young kid, but yeah, you got to give up what you got to give up for James Harden, I guess.
Yep, yeah, they definitely pushed their chips all in, and like we said before the show here, it's similar to Brooklyn pushing all in with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
And those granted, those guys were probably past their prime, right?
True.
They went heavy for those guys, even still past their prime, but these guys are still playing in their prime, so hopefully it works out better for Brooklyn than it did last time.